Pathmonk is the AI for website conversions. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversion by 50% by adding Pathmonk to your website in seconds, letting the artificial intelligence do all the work, and increasing conversions by more than 50% while you keep doing marketing as usual. Check us out on pathmonk.com. All right, welcome to today's episode of Pathmonk Presents. Let's talk about today's guest. Today we're joined by Tove Lundell from Custellence. Custellence is a customer journey mapping platform. And Tove, it's good to have you on today's show. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I'm doing really good. How about you?
Doing well, thanks. Doing pretty well. So we were just talking offline, and I haven't mentioned that I have a UX design background, so as well as marketing, and customer journey mapping has been huge, right, in my career overall. So I would love to hear from you about Custellence and what's the heart of what you guys do, and how would you describe it to someone new like myself?
Yeah, so it's yourself. It's a really good example because you're already familiar with the customer journey mapping. So Custellence is a journey mapping software where you actually can create your maps, collaborate in real time, and then present them right out the tool. So this static map that you probably have done, like in some do it in Excel, some in PowerPoint, Miro, Figma, for example. It's very difficult to like drag on, like if you implement something, you need to move the whole thing or adjust a lot, where here's like click, drag and drop, so everything like moves along how you work with it, so it saves you a lot of time, so to say. And some use cases could be like onboarding, for example, to align like teams and departments to the same journey, so they onboard every customer in the same way as you, like product development. It could be marketing or sales, like funnel, for example. How does that look like? And also some is very usual at as change management. What do we need to do? What opportunities do we have? So yeah, it's a very tool that can be used in many different ways.
Right, right. Well, it sounds like, there's so many different companies I was thinking that could benefit from doing customer journey mapping, even outside of, software, and the industries we are familiar with, right? And I was thinking, what kind of businesses then do you work with the most? And let's say, for someone from one of those businesses, what kind of core problem would you be able to solve for me if I come to you, and what can I expect when we work together, when I use the software?
Yeah, so basically our customer at first, the ones that really prioritize the customer experience of the customer, not sees that as something that we do as a quick fix or one-time thing or OKR for 1 year, for example, but actually something that you see that you want to incorporate in the business and the culture in the business. So it's something that's always there, not something that we talk about once. So every business that actually prioritize the customer and want to work with the customer could be our customer. And industry, we have everything from energy, insurance, banking, retail, software, of course. So there's a wide range of industries that can use Custellence. Usually or mainly our target is mid-market, but we actually have a plenty of bigger enterprise customers. So it's not like customers is fit, especially fits for one type of business, but actually there's no limitation on how many users you can have, and the collaboration is not like if you're 5,000 people working, that is going to be a problem for the system. So it works very smoothly, independent on what size you have, how many users you have, or how many maps you have, I would say.
All right.
Yeah, so how it would help you, it's probably to enhance the customer experience or the customer journey, to help you doing the right thing for your customers.
Okay, That's interesting because I was thinking, you mentioned the big enterprise clients,
Mm.
and it spans from the small startup to the big enterprise, right? So would these customers typically find out about you in the same way, or are there different channels for different kinds of customers, let's say?
Yeah, I mean, let's say if we start with Sweden, we are the market leader in Sweden. So here, independent on size or industry, it's rather like recommendation and word of mouth search, of course, because if you search on Swedish words or such, is I mean, the content that comes up is usually us at first. Then we are actually in 117 countries. I counted the other day for a social post
Wow.
we did. So we're basically in, I counted it's like almost it's a little bit more than 60% of the countries in the world. So if in customer journey mapping software, we actually one of the largest there as well. So I mean, we show up in search and we put a lot of effort in LinkedIn and being present and yeah, so showing that we're out there and that's just not just another software, but actually that what is Custellence and showing our personality kind of in what we do, not just doing what everyone else doing.
Yeah, well, that's the challenge, right? Because many times it will be um, you can't just, compare yourself to competitors, let's say, or anyone that comes to you, say, wants to compare you to someone else. It's not just about the features, is it? It's obviously a big part of it, right? When it comes to a product, but
Mm.
it's also, how you do marketing, how people perceive you,
Yeah.
your, kind of brand personality, if you will, how it stands out, right?
Mm.
I think those things are really important too. So hearing that you have a LinkedIn presence and you guys are making moves, let's say on that end, that's really good.
Yeah.
I wonder in terms of, because obviously, as you know, we're quite big on websites, right? Just during the intro, I was talking about Pathmonk. So when it comes to your website, what kind of role do you think it plays when it comes to attracting clients?
I mean, for us, our website is like the shopping window for the customers. I mean, when we're doing advertising or marketing efforts, we always drag the customers to the website, right? And since we are a freemium, we have a premium business. So
Yeah,
basically it's very easy for the customer to see, oh, it's free, we're going to the website. So to get people to the website, I think is easier than a company when you need to pay for it immediately. So getting people there is pretty like easy, I would say, but then they arrive. So that impression is probably the most important thing we have. I mean, before entering the product, of course.
mm,
So yes, the website is super important for us. Needs to be like you need to have it there. You need to see directly when you jump in what is it all about. So it's not like you need to scroll and like what do they do or aha, clicking other places, but you actually need to see the core thing in the top. You need to be able to sign up and contact us right there. And then if you want to learn more, it should be like very easy to understand, not overcomplicated, but actually that the core thing should be on the first page.
right. Yeah, those are good points. And you, Tove, as a growth marketing manager, I'm sure you have a lot to do with the website, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel it has any standout strengths or maybe areas that could be improved?
Yeah, I mean, for our website right now, we just launched a brand new website this fall. So the look and feel and the navigation and such is just new, and we put a lot of effort in making the UX and navigation as easy as possible for the visitor. So both the mobile version and the web version work smoothly. So it's not like you're scrolling and everything ends up in the left and you're like, oh, where did it go? But actually it
Right.
should work perfectly, right? And you need to recognize the mobile version with the laptop or computer version. So yeah, I would say that is one of our strengths now because it's really fresh. So I think that's when someone launches a new website, that's almost because then they're ahead, but then other comes afterwards as well. But now it's that. So I think that the UX navigation is really strong, and we try to keep our messages short, on point. So I think that's, I mean, many websites are like that, but there are some that writes maybe, or in my opinion, too much, because I think it needs to be easy for the visitor to know what it is. But yeah, did you ask for what is that the strength, right?
Yeah, and, you know, things that could be improved potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yes, sorry, that's the weaknesses, right?
exactly.
Yes, okay, yeah, of course. So for of improvements, I mean, there's a lot of work with Google these days with like technical SEO that we haven't dived into so much. And I mean, something that we're struggling with, and think probably many with us, is forms. I mean, if you want to contact a company or get a demo, you need to fill in a form, because we need to be prepared what the customer wants. We want to capture their name and email, etc. But as of myself, if you go into the site, you contact us, and there comes up a form. We need to fill in several things. That's where you can have drop off. So I think that's something we try to test and improve, so we don't get as much drop off, like trying to limit what information we actually need from the customer in the beginning, just to make it not as hard. And I mean, other weaknesses could be to stand out. As I said, like it's always like there's so many softwares out there, and to find whatever you want, you just go on Google and you search, and it shows up. I mean, I don't even know how many results it is for one search. So you really need to stand out. Let's say the visitors see that, oh, it's 5 bigger customer journey mapping tools to check out, each 5 of their website. We need to really show the value of Custellence, and that's something you need to improve all the time. I mean, the world changes so fast, so you can't do something today and expect it to work like tomorrow or 1 month or 1 year. You actually need to keep up all the time.
That's a very valid point. And I think because most people will see what's on the surface, right? They'll see your website and how it works and whatnot, but they won't see what kind of work goes behind it, right? And the strategies and actually I wanted to touch on this for a second, if you don't mind, because you know everyone is obsessed with tech stack, right? Marketers are, at least that I'm sure of, right?
Yeah.
So were there any tools that help you with running the website when it comes to, even if you want to keep it in the context of conversion rate, right? Anything from visual tools or pure CRO tools, or, you know, so that's one side of things. That's the tools, the tooling, right? And then maybe if you have any tips or approaches that you learn about what makes a great converting website that you can share with us.
I mean, as for tools, we did some research before we launched a new website, because we wanted to change platform to something that works more smooth. And we also, since I'm doing a lot of work with the website, or basically all the work with the website, we needed something that's very like seamless, quick. It doesn't need to be complicated to update or put in new stuff, but you actually need to be very user friendly, so also other people can easily understand what they need to do if they need to do something. So we did a lot of research in the beginning, and we use WordPress with the plugin Elementor, which is basically my life savior. So I think when about tech stack, I think it's easy to, okay, what do I need? Not to just, oh, this is something cool, we can use this, but actually, what do I need, and what do I have time to do? Because I feel like many times this is something really great, but do I have time then to work with that tool to get the most out of it? I think many times you buy things and you try it or you check it out sometimes, but you actually don't have time to use it. So Elementor, and then Elementor have several plugins as well as WordPress. So image optimizer, we have added to that to make that go automatically, and Yoast to simplify the SEO as a basic SEO. So some of those things just for the website. And I mean, AI. Everyone is using ChatGPT or something else, and I mean that's a huge thing. If you just want to tweak some things, or you need a text about something and you have something you just want to tailor to that specific things, for example. So yeah, I think everyone or most, especially marketing, using some kind of AI for content.
Yeah, well, it sounds to me like anything that can help you save time, right? Because many times you have to wear different hats, so to speak, and you have to do different things, and different things will end on your plate, right? So you want something that's easy to use, that everyone can, if you want to explain it to someone, it won't take days, right?
Yes.
And it sounds to me like you got a good setup for that.
Yeah.
So
And
that's perfect.
yeah, sorry, I was thinking about this this tips things. I almost forgot about it, but I wanted to share like one thing that I think is really important. It's about asking the people that actually visit your website. I think qualitative and quantitative research is like the most strong thing you actually can do in many ways, not only about the website, but different things that's actually used by customers. So I would probably like interview a couple of customers, like so that you have the quality, and then you can even do like a survey send out to see like what's good or what can improve, or how did you find us, or like these things, to actually get some data on what works and not.
Right. Okay. So getting closer to the customer, understanding how they think, what do they think about the product, or uncover things that you can potentially produce, or put on the website, let's say, to help them out, right?
Yeah,
More on a
absolutely.
personal level. So, well, let's keep it on that note. Actually, I want to switch gears a little bit, Tove, and talk about you as a leader.
Yeah.
And so I want to know then. Obviously, you told me about the tooling. And now, can you tell me a little bit about, what key tasks you focus on your day-to-day work, how they vary, and what's your favorite thing to do, basically?
Oh, my favorite thing to do. I'm, I heard the word like a full stack marketer. That's kind of, I was like, when I read about it, I was like, oh, that's kind of me. So I like to do different things. So not sitting and doing the same thing all the time. The only thing I'm doing that was basically when we're switching website, because that's very repetitive if you compare to the day-to-day work. So basically, a lot of focus goes to the customer, to give the customer as much value as possible, and both the free customer, but of course also the paying customer. So we put as much attention on both groups, with different messaging, of course, but we want to deliver value as early as possible, and then continuously to our customers. So that is a big focus. And then, of course, the social media, to keep that new and fresh, not just post just because posting. I know LinkedIn says recommendation 2 times a week, or similar, and I don't think it's about quantity, it's about quality. So I'm coming up with new ideas, fresh ideas, not something that someone posted the other day, but actually come up with something new. So innovation and creativity is something that basically goes in my head 24/7, it feels like. And then, I mean, email marketing and new things, like maybe have a partnership going on that we need to plan for, or an event. So I mean, it's very different from week to week, but we have these like a newsletter, customer emails, or automations, social, that like goes all the time. But
Yeah.
we have special project that goes in weekly.
Yeah, make sure the machine is running. It sounds like every day is different, right?
Yeah.
You will have different things to do and to focus on, but sounds exciting. That's when I speak to marketers. Uh, we'll do many different things, and that's what keeps it interesting over time, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're actually coming towards the end of the interview, Tove. So I don't just want to jump into our rapid fire questions. I'm quite excited about those. The only rule we have for it is that we want short and crisp answers only. Are you okay with
Okay.
that?
Oh, that's my problem, I would say. I'm usually very bad at sipping, but I will do that. Very good with the reminder of that. So I will try to keep to the rule.
All right, no worries. Let's get started then. So, what's the last book you read?
It was a Swedish crime book. I read it this summer on vacation. I don't know the name of it, but I only read crime when I read.
All right, good. So you keep it. You don't keep it only, work related. It's you go outside of it, and that's
Yeah,
really good.
Work is video, YouTube or things like that.
Fair enough. Okay, what's the single thing that your company is focused on at the moment the most?
Wow. That's probably personalization, I would say. I mean, we focus a lot on our customers, and we want to make the experience personal for them. So I think that's something that's coming up even more. So that's definitely on our top list.
Okay, great. If there will be no boundaries in technology, so you could do anything, you had a magic wand, let's say, what would be one thing that you would have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
Yeah, I actually would, there's a lot of AI for pictures, for designs, etc., but I don't feel it's not good enough. So I would like to have a software that do whatever a creative agency do and do it good. So if you have one kind of image or illustration that they managed to fix, make 50 of them, but in different occasions, for example, or yes, so both ad hoc things, but then also get a library. So a creative agency, but as a software, that would probably be huge. But whoever can come up with that.
I would agree. That
Yeah.
would be huge. Yes, yes. So maybe this is related, or maybe we can get something else out of it. But if there was one repetitive task that you do every day that you could automate, what do you think would be?
I would probably automate automations. I mean, the automations, especially in like Martech, for example, when you're doing email or you want to like, hey, congratulations, you made your first map, for example. This is a tutorial, so you can learn even more about it. Like these types of personalized, also learning things and giving even more value to customers, for example. I mean, that's a never-ending story, right? So if I could automate these automations, because sometimes it's very long, like if you do, and you want to do it long, if you press this button, it goes no, or it goes yes, and you want to do it, so it's even more tailored. So probably yes, automate automations.
Okay, that's a good one. Automate automations. Very
Yeah.
good. Okay, so last rapid fire question. If you had one piece of advice that you could give yourself as a younger, marketer that's just starting over, what would it be?
Yeah, so I actually thought about that the other day because it's like what's the end of the world? Like actually good enough is good enough. You don't need to do like top level all the time, but actually whatever you think is good, someone else probably think is great, but before you're happy with the result. So actually, like, what's the worst that can happen? Try it out. As for social media, I mean, you have an idea, send it out. Tomorrow it's forgotten about. So it's not the end of the world. Try, learn, and try again. And it's not as bad sometimes that you own brain says it is.
That's beautiful, and I think it would be a great way to end procrastination for good if everyone kept that in mind,
Yeah.
and also perfectionism, right?
Yeah.
When it's good enough, it's good enough, and
Yeah.
that's it,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
Okay, very good, very good. Tove, I want to thank you a lot for being on the show with us today. And what we usually do, we give our guests the last word, right? So if someone forgets everything about the interview today, about the things that we talked about, what's one thing they should remember about your work at Custellence?
Would say if you are serious about the customer experience, we talked a lot about the website, the UX, and that's also kind of customer experience. If you're serious about that, you can consider doing customer journey mapping a way better way. Do it with the online tool as Custellence.
Awesome. All right, that was great. Thank you so much again, Tove, and hope to see you again on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right. Bye, everyone.